Marcus, I need to tell you about my Tuesday morning, 6:15 a.m. My daughter is standing in the kitchen in her unicorn pajamas, backpack already on because apparently we're doing that now, and she looks up at me and asks, "Mom, what's for breakfast?" And I froze, actually froze. 6 words and I couldn't answer.
Over breakfast?
It wasn't about breakfast, Marcus. It was, cereal has sugar, but eggs take 12 minutes I don't have because I've got a 9 a.m. call, and I saw a reel last night at 11 p.m. about protein breakfast for kids that made me feel like a criminal for keeping Cheerios in the house. And yesterday, I promised myself I'd do better. And now I'm failing before 6:16 a.m. That's not a breakfast question. That's a small panic, standing in my kitchen in socks.
I felt that exact panic yesterday. Over a lunchbox. I was in the school drop-off line, engine running, already typing a reply to my boss with one hand, and I genuinely could not remember if the school still has that no nuts rule this year, or if that was just my nephew's school. 90 seconds to decide, a line of cars behind me, and I had nothing.
And that's exactly why we're starting this series today.
Oh, and can we talk about the class group chat for a second? 41 messages overnight about whether the field trip snack should be nut-free, dye-free, or just whatever's easiest. And somehow, I read all 41 before I'd even had coffee.
I muted that chat in March, and I have 0 regrets.
Segment 1. The pain. Why do choices feel so heavy?
Here's the real question we're going to sit with in episode 1. Why does modern life make even small choices feel so heavy?
It's not that we're bad decision makers. It's that we're making decisions inside a world that gives us endless options, endless opinions, and almost no time to sort through them. Every app has a recommendation. Every relative has advice. Every headline says something is either the best thing or the worst thing.
There's actual research on this. The average adult makes something like 35,000 decisions a day. Most are tiny, but when you're a working parent, a huge share of those tiny decisions come stacked on top of each other in the same 11-minute window before you're out the door.
And here's the part nobody says out loud. It's not just parenting. It's your job, your money, your health, your relationships, and lately, for a lot of us, it's also figuring out return-to-office schedules that don't match school pickup times. The volume of decisions has gone up, but the hours in a day haven't changed, and the village that used to help absorb some of these decisions, grandma down the street, a neighbor who could grab your kid, that's mostly gone for a lot of us now.
And it's worth saying plainly, this isn't a personal failing. Most households today need 2 incomes just to keep up. Extended family often lives states away instead of down the block, and childcare costs enough that a lot of us have done the math on a napkin more than once. We're not overloaded because we're weak. We're overloaded because the structure changed and the number of decisions per day didn't shrink to match it.
So welcome everyone to our new series on choosing clearly. Over the next 6 episodes, we're going to take 4 powerful books, plus 1 very practical ethics tool, and turn them into something you can actually use this week, not just admire on a shelf between the parenting books you also haven't finished.
And here's our promise. This series moves from overload to wisdom, not overload to perfect answers. There's no such thing as a perfect answer, and if anyone tells you otherwise, they're selling something. But there is a real path from feeling buried by choices to feeling steady when you choose.
Segment 2. The takeaways.
Let's give you the roadmap because knowing where we're going makes the whole journey easier.
Takeaway 1. The problem isn't that you lack information, it's that you have too much of it coming from too many directions with no filter. Your pediatrician says one thing, your mother-in-law says another, A parenting account with 2 million followers says a third thing, and you're standing there at 6:15 a.m. trying to referee all three.
Takeaway 2. Most advice out there tells you to get more. More research, more opinions, more comparison shopping for the right daycare, the right stroller, the right approach. This series argues the opposite. Sometimes the way out of overload is less, chosen carefully, fewer inputs, not more.
Takeaway 3. Wisdom isn't a personality trait some people are born with. It's a small set of habits, noticing your limits, noticing influence, accepting uncertainty, knowing your values, and checking fairness. Anyone can build these, including you, including me, including both of us, running on 4 hours of sleep.
And here's the map for the rest of the series. Episode 2 asks, what if fewer choices actually set you free? That's David Epstein's book, Inside the Box.
Episode 3 asks, who's really framing your decisions before you even notice? That's Michael Klintman's book, Framing.
Episode 4 is about making peace with not knowing the future. David Spiegelhalter's The Art of Uncertainty.
Episode 5 asks a harder question. Is this really the right choice or just the easy one? That's Choose Wisely by Barry Schwartz and Richard Schuldenfrei.
Episode 6 is a special episode. We bring in a short, practical ethics tool from the Marcula Center to ask, whose life am I really deciding, not just mine?
And Episode 7 brings it all together. One real story, every tool from the series, used from start to finish, under actual time pressure, the way decisions really happen for us. Segment 3. Action this week.
So here's your action before Episode 2, and it's simple because you already have enough on your plate.
Step 1. Notice, don't fix, just notice one decision this week that felt heavier than it should have. Something small is fine. A lunchbox, a breakfast, a text to your kid's teacher that you rewrote 5 times before hitting send.
Step 2. Write it down in one sentence, on your phone, in the Notes app you already have open 40 times a day. Just the decision, no analysis yet.
Step 3. Ask yourself, honestly, was this heavy because the stakes were actually high, or because I had too many options and no clear way to choose between them? 9 times out of 10, for me, it's the second one.
Keep that sentence somewhere you'll see it. Your lock screen, a sticky note on the coffee maker, the Notes app you already open 40 times a day. We're coming back to it, so don't lose it under a grocery list by Thursday.
Closing and what's next?
So that's Episode 1, the pain of overload and the promise of this series.
Next time, we're going to ask a question that sounds backwards at first. What if the answer to too many choices isn't more freedom, but fewer choices, chosen well? That's Episode 2. What if fewer choices set you free?
If you've made it this far, you already did the hardest part. You noticed. That's genuinely most of the work. Everything else in this series just builds on that one small act of noticing. Again,
This is Book Takeaways for Professional Growth podcast series on Choosing Clearly. I'm your host, Marcus, and she is Sophia.
Hit that subscribe button so you wouldn't miss the next episode.
See you there.
Keep growing.